A Wisconsin mother is really angry at a school assignment. Now, why would she be angry at a school assignment that was given to her son? Well, the woman said that her son, a junior at Nathan Hale High School in West Allis, Wisconsin, was asked to complete an assignment about the political spectrum in the U.S. government last week. Okay, so it's a government class, and they're talking about the political spectrum. Already makes sense. Now, Fox News reports that the assignment required students to link a number of political statements to different party affiliations. Now, when asked, when assessing this statement, we should not help the poor, it's a waste of money, this child marked fascist instead of conservative/Republican. That was a wrong answer. Apparently, that was conservative/Republican. Now, the student's mother, a woman named Heather Bronson, says, when I picked my son up from school, he asked me what political party did I think we thought we should not help the poor, it's a waste of money. She answered, none, and then had a discussion. Now, he answered E, fascism, because he couldn't imagine conservatives or liberals saying such a thing. Now, the assignment also indicated that liberals wanted to tax the wealthy, of course, and communists wanted to kill those who didn't support equality. Anyway, so she's angry. How dare you tell the truth about the Republican Party? She's mad because she's like, well, of course we want to take care of the poor. What are you talking about? Of course we should help the poor. Yeah, but have you actually looked at the Republican platform and some of the things that Republicans have been saying about the poor as of recently? I got a few examples that I want to read. And this is from Mitt Romney. You might recognize this. There are 47% of people who are with him, Barack Obama, who are dependent upon government, who believe that they are victims, who believe the government has a responsibility to care for them, who believe that they're entitled to health care, food, housing, to you name it. That's an entitlement, and the government should give it to them. Speaking, of course, about people on assistance, people who are poor. I continue. Jeb Bush. When it comes to the American family, Paul Ryden has it right. A loving family taking care of their children in a traditional marriage will create the chance to break out of poverty far better than any of the government programs that we can create. Basically saying that we shouldn't create any government programs to help poor people. It's a waste of money. Family can do it better. Get your ass married. In a straight heterosexual marriage, by the way. And that'll make you get out of poverty. Translation, we don't want to help the poor. It continues. Tom Tillis, Republican of North Carolina. Quote, what we have to do is find a way to divide and conquer the people who are on assistance. We need to get those folks to look down at these people who choose to get in a condition that makes them dependent on the government and say, at some point, you're on your own. But no. Republicans are not against helping the poor. Are you kidding? There's more. Radio talk show host Neil Bortz says, the moocher class are perfectly content to live at the expense of others. I have a right to health care. You provide it to me. I have a right to a place to live. You provide it to me. I have a right to food. You provide it to me. Basically saying that the poor are the moocher class. The people who are poor choose it. And they choose to live off other people. It continues. And this is former state senator Russell Pierce, who, by the way, resigned after this. He was vice chair of the Arizona Republican Party. Quote, you put me in charge of Medicaid, the first thing I do is get Norplant birth control implants or tubal ligations. Yes, forced tubal ligations for people on Medicaid. Then we'll do drug testing, recipients for drugs and alcohol. And if you want to reproduce or use drugs, then get a job. I know there's people out there who need help, and my heart goes out to them. Oh, really? But you know what? That should never be a government role. That's a role for family, church, and community. We shouldn't help the poor. There's more. Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker said, denying health care coverage to low-income Americans helps more people live the American dream. Because they won't be dependent on the American government. We don't want to help poor people. Tony Perkins. Christians shouldn't want the government to do its part to ensure poor people don't starve. Christians shouldn't want the government to ensure poor people don't starve. Andre Bauer, another prominent Republican. My grandmother was not a highly educated woman, but she told me as a small child to quit feeding stray animals. You know why? Because they breed. You're facilitating the problem if you give an animal or a person ample food supply. They will reproduce, especially ones that don't think too much further than that. And so, what you got to do is you got to curtail that type of behavior. They don't know any better. Comparing poor people to animals and food stamps to giving food to animals. But no. No. We want... What are you talking about? No political party espouses not helping the poor. It's ridiculous. Why can't they teach the basic political spectrum without lying? Lady, you need to take a look at your party. You need to take a hard, long look at your party and the shit that people in your party say, and not only say, but do. Remember, Republicans pushed for a $48 billion food stamp cut during the Farm Bill debate. Basically saying, fuck you, poor people. We don't want to help you. It's too expensive. This questionnaire was right on the money. Right on the money. And the sad thing is, as soon as she got all butthurt about the truth, and maybe she's ignorant, I don't know. Maybe she's not paying too much attention. And it's one of those people who's like, I don't know. I'm a Republican. I believe in freedom. Her butthurtness got this assignment pulled. The school told Fox News that the assignment would no longer be used in the future. I don't know. It seems like a pretty spot-on thing, quiz. Pretty spot on. And there are so many more quotes. So if you think that the Republican Party, and I'm not talking about, the base, I'm talking about the Republican Party, the politicians that are elected to represent that base, are looking out for the poor at all, you've got to be mental. You have to not be paying attention. In fact, some of the senators that were newly elected have agreed to not just cut it, but eliminate the food stamp program. 100% of newly elected Republican senators said, get rid of food stamps 100% completely. We don't need to make sure people don't starve. Food stamps is incredibly effective at making sure people don't fucking starve. A lot of children, the majority of people on food stamps are children. And you're saying, no, we don't want to help them. If you don't understand that the Republican Party is not looking out for you, not looking out for poor people, not looking out for regular people, you are deluding yourself. You have to be blind, or you have to be willfully ignorant.